Hey guys, this is Pam. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a review for you from a house that I have heard a lot about, but nothing has just captured my attention or nothing that really intrigued me until I have heard about this fragrance and I've got so intrigued. Super captured my attention that I blind bought it. I actually did an unboxing of this one. I'm gonna leave it in the link down below. I did a short unboxing. If you're interested, you can check it out. But that fragrance is Sugar Leather, and this is from the house of Nuit Nomade. This is a eau de parfum, 1.7 fluid ounces, 50 ml. Okay, so it is a pretty simplistic bottle. Okay, nothing super fancy about it, but it's still very nice. Yeah, let's talk about this fragrance. So, of course, I read some reviews and I looked up the notes, okay? I mean, just the name though, just the name Sugar Leather. I was thinking if it's actually what I think it's going to be, then it's gonna be amazing. So, the notes are on Fragrantica, which I'm also gonna leave in the link down below for you to check it out. There's only 5 notes listed here. It says caramel, cinnamon, leather, labdanum, and amyris. Okay, the main accords are caramel, cinnamon, warm, spicy, leather, amber, woody, sweet, balsamic, animalic, aromatic. So this, when I got it, sprayed it, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be and even better. So I did expect it to be a little sweeter, but I'm glad it's not. But it's definitely hitting the expectation, hitting the mark. Okay, I already have it on here. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. So there's really not much difference with the opening and the dry down. It's maybe after that first 10 minutes has passed, it's pretty linear. Okay. Maybe it changes a little bit, but not too much, and like after an hour or so. So, Sugar Leather. So let me tell you my expectation first. I was expecting like basically just like a sweet leather, and that's exactly what it is. Now, let's talk about the leather first. The leather in this one, it's never overpowering, never. Oh, it's beautiful. It's never overpowering. So if you're actually somebody who doesn't like leather, this is the fragrance for you to try. Okay? This is an entry point for you to appreciate leather fragrances, because there's a lot of fragrances that has leather actually. But sometimes it does become overpowering, especially if it's supposed to be a leather fragrance, okay? But this one, if you don't like leather, try this out. It might change your mind, okay? But if you also like leather, if you are a leather lover, also try this out, okay? I have a feeling that you're also going to enjoy this one. I'm not the biggest fan of leather-centric perfumes. There's some that I do appreciate. I actually do like ombre leather from Tom Ford, but sometimes it does get a little too much for me. But I do like that. I do like ombre leather. I also actually own Tuscan leather. I have 100 ml of that one that my husband absolutely loves. That's one of his favorite fragrances that he wears. I got that specifically for him. Super loves that one. So this is a different kind of leather. To me, this is like a buttery, smooth leather. There's really not much that I can say about it other than that it's buttery. It's like silky smooth, buttery leather. Okay. It's kind of like, let's like a piece of leather. Let's imagine about a piece of leather where the top is smooth and then the bottom is kind of unfinished. It's rough and it's got the fibers on it, but then the top side is silky smooth, a little bit oily, a little bit buttery. So this is the top leather, the top part, not the bottom part. But then it still also gives you some barnyardy way, but like a fancy barnyard. It's kind of like a motel versus a hotel. This is like a fancy upscale barnyard, with like free hot chocolate and free cookies for the visitors, for the horses. Yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. So it's got that animalicness, but like in a fancy way. I don't really know how else to explain that. What else? It's resinous. Okay, there is some balsamicness for me, but to me this is more of like a resin smoothie. Okay, if you imagine like a resin powder in a smoothie where it's very smooth, you don't even feel the grains of that powdered resins. That's what it is. Okay, resinous, tad waxy, boozy. Okay, it's boozy, especially in the opening, and then it kind of tames down, or yeah, it kind of fades out towards the dry down. Again, there's not really much difference in the opening and then the dry down. It's pretty linear, at least to me. Now, in terms of the sweetness, the sugar part of this one, okay, is just imagine sugar crystals that you melt in a like half a cup of water, and a half a cup of cold water. Just melt, stir that sugar like a couple of tablespoons of white sugar. Okay, that's about it. So like a thinned, like a thinned, watered down sugar, and it's just amazing. It's just so perfect. It's just the right amount of sugar because it matches the leather, the buttery, boozy leather, with that thin white sugar that's been mixed in that water. So nothing is overpowering the other. It just complements each other. So that's about it. Now the only downside of this one, okay, it's just up to you how much of a downside it's gonna be. This actually performs not great. Okay, it sits close to the skin, which is not exactly bad because sometimes if that's what you want, if that's what you're looking for, you don't want anything that shouts out loud, then this is the one for you. Okay, so this is something that you can enjoy for yourself but not really disturb the peace of those around you. So the only thing is sometimes it's even hard for me to smell myself unless I move, a lot. Like if I spray it on my hand, like I get that whiff of that kind of boozy sugar. And I have sprayed 6 total on this hand. So if you are someone who sprays perfume all the time, you're used to smelling perfume, 5-10 sprays is not gonna do it. You have to spray like 15 or 20 at least, okay? On skin and probably on clothing. Now, if you're somebody who's like doesn't really wear perfume all the time, then maybe 5 to 8 will be enough for you to smell yourself because you're not used to that strong fragrances all the time. So you're probably gonna pick it up more. But yeah, so that's the only downside. It's very weak, very weak. But it's also not super expensive. So it's not really that much of a risk. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so again, sugar leather, happy, successful blind buy. I do think that it is a safe blind buy. So I would say that if you like leather, if you like the notes, and if you imagine it and you like what your imagination is telling you, then it's a safe blind buy. Yeah, even if you even hate leather, maybe test it out first. Don't blind buy if you like hate leather. But this is just like a really good, subtle, buttery, soft, silky leather mixed with that white thin sugar. That's about it. Amazing. A little bit barnyardy in the best way possible. And that is my review for today from the house of Nuit Nomade. Again, that is sugar leather Please do subscribe now if you haven't done so. And if you like this review, if you think this is helpful, then please give me a thumbs up. Again, subscribe now, and you may want to hit that notification bell as well for all of my future reviews. And I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.